Hi, hello, and welcome to another brand spanking new episode of another Below Deck podcast. My name is Dylan. That is
Pat.
Pat.
Permission to come aboard.
Granted. What's up?
Not much.
You went on a little bike ride this week.
I did. I do my yearly bicycle bar crawl with a couple of my buddies.
Oh, yeah?
Helps clear the mind. It's like a therapy session.
Did you,
Oh, yeah. It's not mandatory that you're going to drink alcohol, but we do have a rule. We hit 4 different places.
Okay.
And you have to buy some kind of food and a beverage at each establishment.
Okay. So you could bike ride, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can get a Dewey on a bike, right?
Oh, yeah. You can definitely get a DUI. Mm-hmm.
Well, that wraps
You
up.
can get one on a golf cart. John Elway killed a guy last weekend.
No, he didn't.
Kinda, yeah. You didn't hear
What
that
do you mean,
story?
kinda? Is he dead?
Well,
or
his
not?
agent and longtime business partner was on the back of a golf cart. They were partying up in La Quinta Resorts over there.
Oh, yeah. A lot
Checking
of good,
out Stagecoach.
a lot of good courses out
I love
there.
that 75-year-olds like to rock out to Stagecoach.
Yeah,
Anyway,
fuck yeah.
he's tipping a few,
Yeah.
and he gets on the golf cart, and his buddy's on the back, and he rolls off the back of the golf cart.
Oh, and dead?
He's dead.
Wow.
He's dead.
Wow. What a brutal way to go.
I think it's a great way to go.
Let's get to some iTunes ratings and reviews.
Oh, we're going to start the show with that?
Oh, no, that's a bad idea. We'll do it at the end.
Well, now that you already teased it, why don't you do it? We'll do some housekeeping.
No, because we already did all that stuff, like what you did over the weekend, and people really like to hear us get into it.
Oh, is it a negative or a positive review?
I got one negative, I got one positive.
Okay. You want to
Are
start?
you not going to be able to focus?
Oh, no, I can handle this. Please, why don't you start with the negative? Because I want our audience to understand what we're put through.
Okay. All right. I think that's a good idea because what we're doing here is trying to, well, one, incentivize you to balance out the nut jobs, but two, just have empathy for us because we can't do anything about this. This is a 2-star review.
You can't do anything about it.
This is a 2-star review from Twerkman08. Combined feed is a headache. 2 stars. I only watched
Combined feed. What the hell is he saying about that?
Well, bad feed. We do a bunch of different shows on here now.
Oh, how we got rid of the Below Deck feed,
Yeah.
and now we're just bad TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I only watch Below Deck of the shows they review. It was already annoying waiting through the non-related content on the old feed. Now with 100% more non-related content, I roll. Please go back to having a Below Deck in its own feed. 2 stars.
2 stars.
2 stars.
Okay, let me break this down.
Yeah.
If I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah.
This particular person is a listener of our Below Deck content.
It sounds like quite a fan.
And they dinged us with 2 stars because they don't apparently have the ability to look past an episode that says The Valley.
Did I
and
tell
you can't
ya?
just say, that's not for me.
Did I tell you I got another kink in my neck?
Yeah.
Something's going on. I got to go to a chiropractor.
It's probably all the stress of this judgment from these goddamn listeners.
Yeah.
I'd like to say this to that particular
Me
reviewer.
too. Fuck off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to be constructive, if you want to say, hey, old Patty, been watching the videos, your face is looking like you're a bloated drunk. That's constructive. What you just laid down there doesn't help anybody.
No, it really doesn't help anybody. So thank you for your review. We'll get to a positive one at the end of the show. Nice. But listen, we got a crazy episode of Below Deck to get into, okay? Wow. There is tension in the galley. I'm so excited to get to APS because I watched a nautical film this weekend. Have you ever heard of or seen Dead Calm? With Sam O'Neill, Nicole Kidman, and Billy Zane.
Not only did I see that, I sought it out. This might have been in the early years of just the single baby with Ellie, and she'd sleep a lot, and we started going through looking for good thrillers, and I believe Dead Calm was highly rated in the lore of thrillers.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it at patreon.com/another podcast network when APS drops. But this episode, I thought it was really, really good. Uncomfortable, a lot of tension. I was on my feet for a real moment of heroinism.
Oh.
Serena just standing her ground, just 2 fucking feet planted It was a lovely episode. I give it 4 pots, Pat.
Oof, gosh, I'm trying to think if there anything really happened, which is fine because this has been an amazing season. It's
Amazing season.
It's winding down. I don't like the dinner themes where the episode takes too long. It's absolutely ridiculous to have a circus theme. They did not stick the landing.
Yeah, you don't like a circus.
I
don't like a circus. Who likes a circus?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think by the time I was brought to the circus, it had outlived its enjoyment for children.
Yeah,
video games existed by then.
I think that there are all of these kind of stalwarts in our memory, and people are sad to lose them. They're institutions that are antiquated. The Miss Universe pageant, right? The Miss Universe pageant.
Or how about Victoria's Secret? I'm supposed to tune in to see a bunch of hot chicks in bikinis?
Yeah.
Like, I got Pornhub.
Right.
Jesus
I
Christ.
thought you were going to say that there are now fatzos walking on the stage.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
That's what
dare
I
say
thought that you were going to say.
No, they're all beautiful.
But another one of, speaking of fatzos, I am getting I can't even tell you. I ate
Wait till the baby's born.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. It's worse than freshman year 15.
My wife was like, why don't you just shave your beard off? I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? It is the only thing hiding. I cannot do that right now. So the circus is one of these antiquated things where, I mean, listen, if it's a real performance, a real show like Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, yes.
You know, but we don't need a carnival kind of roaming group of gypsies and cripples, just stabbing tigers and elephants with cattle prods. We don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
So anyways, 4 pots.
Okay. Let's see. Didn't like the circus thing. The drama between Zarina and Lara continuing. Every season there's 2 people that just can't get along.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it coming with Zarina and Lara. I thought they'd patch things
neither
up.
did they. They thought they were going to be fast friends, even though they hate each other.
Well, that's what Zarina claims that she was hoping for. But alas, it's just like her childhood where she was ugly Barbie and no one likes her.
Well,
and she's the odd one out.
Weird Barbie.
Oh, weird Barbie. Is that what she said? All right, I take that back. Forgive me. I think she's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. All right. I think that's
There
it.
might have been an ugly Barbie in the Barbie movie.
Enjoyable episode, but I don't remember anything that happened, so I'm going to have to ding it some points for that. I'm going to give it 22 knots.
I switched over to Aquapana. Just Saratoga. I got too many comments on the daily routine thing when I was buying it.
Oh,
and I
okay.
was just like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore.
That TikToker guy.
Yeah.
And that is so in the ether,
zeitgeist,
zeitgeist that you get your balls busted.
Yeah, I have fucking old Arabic guys going, oh, did you see the daily routine thing? No, it's not about that, okay? I was a huge fan. The bubble structure is perfect, so it's a real loss in my life. Anyways, let's get to the episode. What an episode it was. Right, Pat?
Yeah, it was great.
It was so good.
The crew's scrambling to pull this circus-themed dinner off, and I think, according to Lara, this is one of the most challenging themes that she's ever had to pull off. And if their goal was to provide decorations for a sad kid's birthday party, they fucking nailed it.
Sorry, my notes were... I don't know if you picked up on it. My notes were taken forever.
You and our minds are connected. That's why I was killing some time for you.
Tia and Tamara. So we move the dinner inside like that was ever a question. I think the wind was blowing 700 knots an hour outside. Mm-hmm. Like, how are we going to do a circus? It would blow an elephant away. I didn't even know wind could be like that. And it sucks because this is the most elaborate dinner of the season. There are many courses, quote unquote, many courses. And we've got circus acts like a nerd in overalls. We've got a tall young man with swords painted all over his body and cream pie clowns. And the nerd in overalls will be after the truffle popcorn.
Yeah. Well,
also, Captain Jason is some kind of super jail slave driver.
He looked great.
Yeah.
I think at this point, though, as they're preparing or perhaps dinner has started, down in the galley, Alicia not so subtly hints to Nate that I think she wants to have sex without protection with him.
Yeah. Well, they talk about cream pies, and they talk about getting cream pies in the face. And everybody knows that you can't get a cream pie in the face because a cream pie is when you nut in a cooter. Okay, you can't get. I mean, you could get that on the face, but I mean, it's like we're really getting depraved now.
Well, regardless, if Johnny's watching at home, he's saying, "What the fuck?"
Poor Johnny. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and then meanwhile, Adair isn't thrilled to be a clown. Hey, look, you can't be hot girl every day, okay? Every once in a while, you got to pull a Sierra like she does on Summer House. She's so hot that she'll actually make herself less attractive with some dumb costume.
Yeah.
I think she was a bird in like the last episode.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing lately with all the fucking food and candy I've been eating.
I'm so hot.
Yeah.
That I put on weight. You know, my ex, her mom used to say that. I couldn't stand her mom, and I'm not going to say her name because she'll probably try and sue me.
Yeah.
She told me at dinner with my then girlfriend at the time that the reason she put on all the weight was because guys were hitting on her at work too much.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. No, food's good though. So we take a peek at Zarina. Oh, I got to tell you. Oh, maybe I'll save it for APS. My Aunt Sue crashed into a ditch.
Sue. Now, Sue is the heavyset relative.
Well, they're all heavy set. It's just, and I shouldn't say her name, but yeah, a ditch came up and grabbed her. Didn't see it.
Wow.
And then she said that someone stole the car.
I was going to say.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So anyways, we take a peek at Serena prepping for the circus dinner. The deviled eggs are crudely piped and smoothed over with a fingertip. And while prepping for the dinner, she is asked to take a photo. There is this very odd tension where she doesn't want to be in the photo, almost puritanically so. Hey, Bravo, you tell us what the fuck is going on, or do me a favor, just get this out of the episode.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Serena's being a poopy pants again.
I know, but why?
Because she's poopy pants. Because Alicia is getting attention. Also, she's not really focused in the kitchen. And I think that's what's pissing her off. Now, Adele, what is your position on deviled eggs? I think it's something that is wonderful, but only needs to be consumed once, possibly twice a year.
Yeah, I think it's an annual food. I think it's an annual food. I think it's a summertime, summertime lunch if you're at
Brunch.
a restaurant. Yeah, and they do a good deviled egg, maybe at a barbecue. Fan of the food, don't get me wrong. A labor of love, one of the easier labors of love, but you gotta get a Ziploc bag. You need piping skills, and evidently you need to lick a finger and smooth over the fucking yolks. Yeah. So, anyways, by the way, these fruit stands we got in Los Angeles?
Yeah, love them.
Beautiful fruit.
Oh, if you're ever in any city, if there's a vendor on the corner of a street and they're chopping up a bunch of different fruit and they're throwing the lime juice in there with a little bit of what's that little spice they pop in there at the tail? Tahini. Ugh.
Well, not that.
It's a real treat for yourself.
I was driving by one the other day. That's why I brought it up. Guy was digging for gold like you wouldn't believe.
He had his hand in his balls.
Hand in his nose. And I went home. I was like, it's fucking disgusting. He doesn't use gloves when he's chopping the fruit. Cece goes, I've seen him scratch his fucking ass. I mean, it's just like, why is everything getting ruined?
Well, that's what happens when you don't have any, these people aren't licensed vendors.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stick to nerd clusters and turkey. That's all I can eat nowadays.
Well, speaking of gross stuff, one of the guests, I forget which one it was, but he had a hairy, wide ass. Words of the wise.
Yeah.
When your ass could possibly scare children, just cover it up. Don't walk around.
No. God, no. There's with great power comes great responsibility. That's kind of like a perverted version of it. Like with a horrifying ass comes great responsibility. Like you have to protect people from that.
That's right.
So whiskey sours are up first. How do you feel about a whiskey sour?
That's another one of those on occasion. I was at Granville on that bicycle bar crawl, and I don't know what came over me, but I ordered an Aperol Spritz.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
that's a lovely bike riding drink.
Somehow, this bartender made it the way that I like it. I've had it a few times.
When the ratios sing, the drink really, really gets to another level.
Now, and I hadn't realized at this point that Aperol was basically long form for an apricot.
Oh, is that it?
That's the flavor.
Oh, really?
So if you're in apricots, then order an Aperol.
Well, it doesn't taste like apricots. But yeah, when you go to Italy, I mean, there's really nothing like a cobblestone street and an Aperol Spritz with a bowl of potato chips. I mean, transport me there now. You know what I mean? Gosh. All right, so whiskey sours are disgusting. They're too sour, and if you drink a lot of them, God forbid, if you have to upchuck, it's just so acidic. And in the comments, let us know what your favorite drink is at the bar. So Marina is in service. She needs to see how the big dogs do it. Take a look. It's deviled eggs and fucking whiskey.
Well, Dylan and I can tell her because we've been watching this show for several years.
Sure.
What the big dogs do at the highest point in that career path, you get to tell other people to clean urine off a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's your dream you're after, go for it. It's right up there with a person that puts the stickers on the fruit at the grocery store.
No. I think that's a pretty mundane task, but it's not much higher.
Can you believe someone has to do that? I was at such a low in my career at one point that I thought someone's putting the stickers on these, and I'm the right man for the job.
I got to tell you that I would pay to have that job for a while, just a couple months, because I just want simplicity in my life. I want to just pop a podcast on and just zone for a little bit.
Yeah.
What's up with this frenetic pace and all these things to do?
Oh, yeah. Well, instead I went and worked for North American Insurance, which was equally mundane. I did a little thing called data entry.
Yeah. It drove you into a deep, dark depression. So anyways, we get to Jason sitting down with them. He's really getting a lot of wheel estate out of that whip. And the next course after the deviled eggs is truffle popcorn. Now, it's got Parmesan on it. This is a great touch. It is a circus after all, but this mustn't be a course. This cannot be a course.
This can't be a course.
It cannot be a course. It can be on the bar. It can be on the table when you arrive. It can't. What we can't do is have the second course, have people just sitting around eating popcorn. We can't do that.
I don't know how that could fit, because I did think that over as well, Dylan,
Yeah.
especially since the first course could be consumed in a nanosecond.
Right.
So then your second course is, oh boy, popcorn.
Yeah.
So
we're off to a good start, I would say. Something Marina comes out as the contortionist, and she is double jointed, so I guess that makes sense. And then we get to the muscle man after a pretty ferocious ass.
This is Nick. You're probably referring to that gross ass from that charter guest. Now, Del, I do want to say that what they're doing here is they're toggling between courses and these amazingly creative circus acts. Now, you glossed over Harry the Giraffe, and I was asking myself, is this necessary?
No.
Oh, no, he was first. Oh, maybe he wasn't.
No.
Okay, so I was thinking as I was watching this, because, Lara apparently takes a lot of pride in her work. Why not call Martha the provision lady and hire someone that juggles?
Yeah.
Right? Spend what?
Yeah.
$200? Someone can throw fucking fire around?
If that, I would say you don't even need to call Martha. Hit the streets. There's got to be somebody throwing shit up in the air and catching it.
Axes,
chainsaws, knives. Just say, hey, I'll give you $25. Come do this on the boat. That's all you need to do. So Nate looked like he had a pretty fierce erection. Or not Nate.
Nick,
the nerd. Looked like his penis was huge and big and hard.
I'm going to give it
0
knots.
0 knots?
0 knots. 0 knots from Marina the contortionist either. I didn't even know what she was trying to do. 0 knots.
Okay. All right. I give it 89 knots. I thought it was fantastic.
Are you going to move on to the onion thing? What was that onion thing? You don't know either?
The next dish is a blue onion. It is double smoked because we have a little bit of a communication breakdown. And I'm not sure if it was the fry. I'm not sure if it was the time. I'm not sure if it was the multiple iterations of suffocating wood chips. But it looked wet and dead. It looked absolutely disgusting, and there was some kind of wilted foam or gastrique atop it. It looked like a jellyfish, and I would have sent it back. But there's cream to throw. The clowns go up, and Serena is still flying blind. Big Red says it'll be 5 minutes. It takes 30 seconds, and Serena is pissed, okay?
Yes. The act did not last 5 minutes. At 5 minutes, it lasted 38 seconds.
Yeah. Now, we go from county fair to random Italian dinner here. The final course is a chicken buttered up puree with cauliflower, little tiny rolled zooks. I mean, this is a Hall of Mirrors kind of dinner.
Oh, I felt right like I was at a circus. No.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. It was crazy. 2 pots. So, Serena's pissed, and somebody else is pissed. That's Big Red, who we should say will be dropping an interview with Big Red this week. She was so lovely to talk to.
Drop some bombs too if you want to know where she's at with Harry.
With Harry, yeah. It was a fun interview. Okay. Sorry for my sniffles. So Big Red is getting thrown all around and all over the place. She's got to clean. She's got to wipe urine off seats. She's got to do cabins, take pictures while Lara gets bonified.
I don't know. From a clean perspective or cleanliness perspective, I don't want her near a goddamn food dish. If you're toggling between cleaning poop,
it's a really good point.
Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you get some cross-contamination. Everybody's eyes are burning red with pink eye.
Oh, I mean, even worse. I mean, this is the beginning of some kind of Last of Us kind of nightmare that I would say possibly renders human civilization moot, you know? I mean, think about it. The Tasmanian devils are the only thing that could stand this thing, and it starts from Big Red wiping fucking common shit off his people's rooms, and they go on and serving wet, dead fucking blooming onions. You know, it's really dangerous. Fucking crazy. Bad idea.
Who's the magician?
Magician is Nate.
Epic fail on every level. Not just one level, all of them.
He is so strange to me. He's like... I don't know. He's like if Bo Burnham was doing like a male cheerleader. Nate's got he's definitely a doodle. The magician needs a volunteer. Hesitant as most are when a magician needs a volunteer. You know, you never know. You get fucking chopped in half. I'm not volunteering for any fucking magician. You kidding me?
I didn't. I got picked out of an audience at the Magic Castle.
Yeah.
This dude, he was trying to make coins disappear. Little do I know, he sneaks them in my hand. For some reason, I go along with the goddamn trick. And at the end of the thing, I open up my hand and drop them out. They were amazed.
Yeah.
I knew the whole secret. He gave me like a look, like, don't fuck with me, man.
Right.
And I just read the room.
Yeah, because he was trying to get pussy that night.
That's what they do, those magicians. By the way, if you're ever in Los Angeles, don't go to the Walk of Fame. Get some tickets at Magic Castle.
Perfect night in one. You know, you got to be here for a while. But if you're going to have 3 days in Los Angeles, I would say the Yamashiro Magic Castle combo is marvelous. Marvelous.
I agree with that.
Yamashiro for golden hour, right? See the sun crest below the horizon of this sacred city that is disgusting. Then go down the hill to the Magic Castle and have a filthy magician hit on your wife. It's a perfect night.
I mean, I couldn't have described it any better than you did.
So, yeah, book your tickets.
Can I tell you about this entertainment that these crew members threw?
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing people would do to entertain themselves if they were trapped in a mine for 3 months. That's the level of entertainment.
Yeah, I think that the Thai cave diving incident, I think this is similar to what
the little boys were like pretending to amuse the other ones because they wanted to make them happy because they might die.
Right, like I'm going to be the strong man with an erection, you be the contortionist. No, the whole thing, it's amazing. Like the pinnacle of service on Below Deck is theater camp in the Midwest. That's what the pinnacle of
Nailed
service
it. Don't forget those dollar store decorations.
Yeah. So it's everybody who's freshly been bar and bat mitzvah, just having a good time out in the Michigan wilderness.
You know, and at the end of the day, you're impressing the charter guest, Dylan, but you're also impressing another person, and that is Hot Captain Jason.
Oh, yeah.
And he just loved this, and personally, I would have rented a monkey that smells his hand after he farts before watching this or enjoyed this, but he thought it was entertaining, so what do I know?
You know, people say they can be mean. I've never seen a mean one.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't never seen a mean one.
Oh, my God, that whack job documentary that came out that
PETA, those were chimpanzees.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's a difference. Yeah. Anyway, they can eat your face off.
Oh, yeah, no, and I'm kidding. Monkeys are evil creatures. They're closer to the primordial cauldron than we are, and that means that they can access less nuanced forms of evil, but still horrifying.
They'll eat your balls off if they don't like you. I'd say, yeah.
You know.
I guess that's less nuanced.
Nestle's like, we got to lobby. We can't have people take maternity leave. We got to sell them formula. Now, that's like a nuanced kind of evil. Monkeys will just eat your fucking testicles off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
All right. So we've got trouble in paradise. Laura seems to be dumping a little bit too much on her gal pals. Alicia says, let's chat in the morning, but I can't clean up after these fucking sea rats anymore. They come in here. They make a mess. They gnaw through the wood. I can't even woodwork. I don't have time for this shit. And Laura says, let's talk now. No, let's talk in the, you know, Laura's on a high of such an amazing theater camp evening. But
she shouldn't be.
We've also got Big Red, who really breaks down, and it looks like the turns have tabled.
Yes, they have. You know, being trapped in a laundry room, that place will break you if you're not mentally prepared. Yeah. It's like the tour of Nam. You go there, you throw a couple grenades in someone's hut, and next thing you know, it explodes. You see crayons flying everywhere. Next thing you know, you're having night terrors, and you're never the same.
Mm-hmm.
The laundry room on these boats does the same exact thing.
Yeah, I would say it's exactly like that. You know, you don't hear any yelling because there were so many of them that you threw in that it took care of everything pretty quickly. But there's a family pig that walks out, and it's wounded, but it's fine. And for some reason, that animal stays with you for eternity.
Yeah. I'll never get that out of my head.
Just the family hog. Confused. Where's everybody gone? They've got away. Okay. So we cut back from commercial break to a fucking cuttlefish crawling along the floor for prey. Don't show us that. I don't like invertebrates. It's disgusting. Okay. Serena says you can always come to me, child. And she confides in Serena. Breaks down in tears, and they both, you know, the conversation ends, and they both say, I love you so much. What are these sea rats doing? This is a real pressure cooker of emotions.
It happens a lot. And then a lot of times when they're saying their goodbyes, they're like, I know this isn't the last time. And no, it is.
Yeah. More than likely. You know, I mean, you guys will yell at each other on Twitter, but that's not really seeing each other.
That's not real life, not at all. What I was going to say about this is, you know, we think of like Game of Thrones where people have motivations. They have a purpose of what their goal or trajectory.
Yeah, not the White Walkers, though. They really didn't do anything.
They just wanted to kill everybody.
Yeah, well, they also just didn't do anything, and then they died in the end, and nothing happened.
I wasn't happy with that ending either, Dylan. Mm-hmm. But with Bree specifically, she's all over the place. She'll drop a dime on Serena.
Oh, yeah.
She's also saying that she loves her. She's thankful for her comforting her. What my point is the agendas here are all over the place. I don't know who's loyal to who.
You know what? It really, really is like Nam. You know, when you get there and you're overwhelmed by the chaos and the moral ambiguity of everything, you do go crazy. And you will only come out the other side through a crystalline understanding of those who can make sense of it all. And that's why Kurtz got all fat up the river.
Right. That was his name?
Colonel Kurtz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You know, he showed up to that set, and the director was like, why are you 280 pounds? You're supposed to be...
I was hungry. That's my Marlon Brando.
He was supposed to be... What's like the highest level of like military, like people that can kill, like a SEAL Team 6 guy? He was supposed to be that.
Yeah.
And Marlon convinced him that no. He ate a lot.
Mm-hmm. You see what happened was... Scratches his...
He's a Green Beret, yeah. They tried their best to hide that he was.
I'll tell you what,
pounds.
though, it worked out perfectly. You know, he filmed him. He was covered in shadow, kind of making him a truly dark figure. You know, it's the most perfect movie ever made, just bar none, right? Don't you think?
I told you a couple years ago it came on. My wife thought it was a new movie.
What do you think's better, E.T. or Apocalypse Now?
E.T.
Oh, get out of here.
Are you
out of your mind?
E.T. is
get out of
classic.
Here.
So is Apocalypse Now. But I'm just saying.
What's better, Jurassic Park or Apocalypse Now?
I hate Jurassic Park.
Do you really?
It doesn't have a story. It's just a bunch of fucking dinosaurs trying to eat people.
What's better, Dead Calm or Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse Now?
Okay, thank you. And I think we talked about this, but I saw a trailer for the new Jurassic Park. They're fucking trying to take the pterodactyl's eggs for cancer research. I'm like, hey, I got a foam finger up for the fucking pterodactyl, okay? Bite them in fucking half.
Oh, no. I love I saw that trailer, too. It's like, no, there's another island. Oh, we're doing another island thing again. Wow. Can we get some writers here? It's just like Star Wars. Oh, we're going to have the third Death Star?
Yeah.
Guys, please.
Yeah. Got to come up with something else. So, Lara's stressed out. That's why Big Red is not saying anything to Lara. Mum's the word when it comes to Lara. Lara's too stressed. She's not going to drop it on her. But we are going to drop off the charter guests. It is drop-off day next morning. The kitchen vibes are firing. First things first, green juice. Alicia chats with Serena about Lara going, that was a weird breath I just took on. Did you hear that?
I did.
Yep. She says, last night I talked to Lara about, she wants me to fucking do all this shit. I'm not gonna fucking do it.
Here's another thing about.
Did I explain that well?
Let me break the game film down a little bit more. Okay, so Alicia didn't clean the crew mess, and this is going to be something that moves into like the next episode and the one after that. It's a real point of contention for Lara.
Oh yeah.
Now, who comes to defend Alicia but Serena?
I mean, it's a real, was it Solomon where those two ladies
were fighting over the baby?
It's
basically that.
Yeah.
So Serena defends Alicia, citing that Interior can do this if it's only going to take 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Serena says, well, we can talk about it later. Lara says, we'll talk about it now. I don't believe she has the authority to do that. They're both department heads.
Yeah.
And then Serena threatens to talk to Captain Hot Pants. And how do you like those apples?
Yeah, this version is more like if the mom, who was the mom, tugged at the baby too, instead of saying, no, I'm not going to hurt my child. These two are ripping at Alicia. They want her. They want to consume her. They want her allegiance. Two lionesses fighting over a sous chef, I guess. Lara says, did you do it? Alicia says, what? And she goes, we talked about this. No. And Lara says, it should take you 15 minutes. And that is when Lioness Serena comes out. Roar. Okay. Get someone in your fucking department to do it. Be gone, witch. Wow. I mean, amazing stuff. Now, the tensions are really running quite high between Lara and Serena, and that is when shakshuka is served. Now, the plates are scalding. Lara heads down and says the plates are scalding. She says they're so hot that the guests could end up overboard. They touch it. They turn into like kind of like a wacky Looney Tunes kind of thing, and their hands smoking. They go overboard, right? And that's very dangerous.
What is this dish, Dylan?
Shakshuka?
Yeah.
I think it's shakshuka. It's it's a pain in the tuchus.
I've never heard of it as a breakfast item.
Oh yeah, it's a Middle Eastern breakfast. It's tomato sauce with eggs poached in the tomato sauce.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and you serve it with bread.
Wow.
Parsley.
She's really, I know that thing was so hot that it would melt hell.
Yeah.
But I like how creative that is. And another thing she did is a crepe station? I've never heard of a crepe station.
Did you get excited?
Oh, God, crepes, lots of range.
I got to tell you, dude, there's a place in Venice that does a shakshuka. I'm not even kidding. It's one of the best dishes in Los Angeles. I'll find it. I'll send it to you so you can never go there. Okay, so Lara heads down and lets her know that the guests are going to turn into cartoons and jump off the side of the boat if they touch the bowls. And this is when things really fucking heat up.
Bad form, Serena. Bad form here.
Yeah, you think?
Well, she accuses Lara of showing up late for work this morning.
This seems to be, and we'll get into it a little bit later down the road. This seems to be, it reminds me of that scene in, what's the basketball movie with Will Ferrell? Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro.
They're all kind of talking, the whole team, and someone calls someone a jive turkey. and the entire room stops. And he's like, did you just call me a fucking jive turkey? And it is really, really the highest insult you could possibly pay somebody. The fact that Serena said she showed up a little late to work today, it's like this ripples through the boat. People are like, I mean, I would not have said that. Who the fuck gives a shit?
Well, I'd also argue if Lara, in fact, wasn't late for work, let it bounce off of you. But you know, who am I to tell someone how they should internalize something?
Yeah, let them.
Let them.
Is she Southern, this woman that says let them?
I don't know. Robin, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She got a very popular podcast.
I think it's #1 for like the last 2 buds.
Yeah, it's probably a CIA plant. Anyways, Alicia and Nate, these two, a couple of freaking dorks, a couple of doodles just sniffing each other's buttholes. So Nate's pretty chill about, or Harry is pretty chill about letting sea rats do the anchor thing.
Yeah, maybe a little too chill.
Harry, can you supervise these fucking sea rats? Okay. We get to Anchor Gate, and this is another thing. Is this big of a fucking deal? I mean, I don't know how much time has passed. You know, if Jason says, let's get the anchor down and 45 minutes go past, then the anchor's not down. That's a problem. But, I mean, are we talking about a minute or 2 minute delay? In which case, what the fuck is everybody freaking out about?
I occasionally wonder if this is edited in a way to create drama that isn't actually existing.
Yeah.
I know Harry's not communicating on the radio, but it's apparently a big issue for Captain
Yeah,
Jason.
well, Adair goes down into that hole.
I never go in that hole.
No.
It's terrifying. It looks like there could be a clown down there with a knife or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about who's the little kid that it beckons down?
Richie,
little Richie.
beep, beep.
Beep, beep. It's so scary. Now, imagine Pennywise is down there, okay? Super scary, right? And he's also a spider alien from the space.
What a...
like, hey, Stephen King, like, what does this guy do? He spent $1 billion with this stuff? I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyways, I haven't read enough of him. I guess people say.
I've seen 4 different versions of it. It's always the same horseshit. They're adults, and they manifest their greatest fear, which, in fact, is a alien spider. And a real letdown, given the first part of the film.
Yeah. So imagine a Pennywise down there, all spooky, crazy, alien spider, okay? And now there are chains to the right and left of him. I would say that maybe the chains are probably even that much more scary because if you put your finger in that, your finger is gone. Essentially what happens to it is like what happens to that family back in the canopies of Vietnam where that pig walks out. I mean,
you're a goner.
You're a goner, you know?
So I wouldn't go in that
super
anchor
scary.
thing.
I wouldn't go in that anchor thing either. But Adair doesn't know what she's doing. She's stabbing at the wall, and the cord gets bunched up.
You know, I was asking myself this question: can a lead deckhand title be revoked?
Yeah,
because he is dangerously close to that. This is his second fuck up.
Well, I mean, it gets into a philosophical question. You know, if you give someone nothing, can you take it back?
It's a great point.
Yeah.
We love you, Harry.
Love you here. All right, Deadmau 5 plays, and we say goodbye to these amazing charter guests who were so sweet and so nice. They had such a good time, and we get to the tip. Pat, what do we got?
23 grand, that's 1,800 each. I think I rounded up, and the helmet goes to Harry. Well deserved.
Can I say, this is a little too cute a measure.
Yes, I agree.
You know?
Given the severity that someone could have had their hand ripped off or the boat could have sank. You know, we had our yacht just sank yesterday.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I don't know why. My phone listens to me, I think.
Yeah,
and so it knows that I'm interested in these things. And I got fed a story of a yacht
I keep
sinking.
hearing all these freaking tech guys go, no, your phone's not listening to you. It just has advanced geotargeting. And
Bullshit.
Get out of here.
I hadn't talked about McDonald's in like 6 years.
Yeah.
I tell my wife, should we go get McDonald's? The next thing I see in my fucking Facebook feed is Big Macs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to McDonald's?
Not for myself, for my daughter.
Oh, I went for myself. That's how fat. I mean, Pat, I looked at my wife after we'd consumed it. I said, sarcastically, I said, it's the oddest thing. I don't feel well. I mean, just disgusting.
I don't feel well after I eat that.
God, no. And when the cheese is rippling out underneath the bun, there's this moment that you haven't even consumed the food and the deliciousness is overwhelming you, right? And then you eat it and you're like, well, this isn't good. And then you're done with it and you feel like you're going to die.
I've never talked to someone after they eat McDonald's and they said, wow, that felt great.
I'm not saying that you're going to die immediately, but it feels like the beginning of a very serious problem. Like this could really escalate into something bad. But anyways, Laura, stay here with Serena.
Oh, is this Judge Jason turning into Judge Jason? He's going to oversee a mediation here.
Yeah.
Okay, this doesn't go well.
Yeah. You know, I think Judge Judy deserves every penny.
She wants justice.
She wants justice. And my God, is she a firecracker?
I can't believe she keeps going.
I mean, I saw a clip the other day of her dressing down some fat uggo because he was like, he thought that he was going to get all these women. He was fucking a bunch of women. And she was like, you think you're handsome or something? Yeah, look at you. You're disgusting. Get out of here. You owe them $5,000 each.
The craziest trial I ever saw in Judge Judy. This guy, he got beat up. He was sitting in the car minding his own goddamn business with his window rolled down in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
A guy walked up to him and punched him in the face, broke his jaw.
Yeah.
So he's suing the guy who broke his jaw. The defense of the guy who broke his jaw, Judge Judy goes, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? He goes, I thought he was someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is...
Should we do Judge Judy? Like, should we? I mean, there's got to be 4 million episodes of Judge Judy. Anyways, so Jason asks if Laura can work through things, to which Laura gets up and storms out of the room. And remember, these two live with each other.
I forgot about that. Now,
goodness gracious.
Meanwhile, Alicia reports to Bree that Zarina had lied to her to get under Lara's skin. In trading in this type of deception, it will clearly get a fan base to turn on you quickly. But you know what I love about Sea Rats? They won't let an ugly feud get in the way of a night out.
No.
They just move right on.
Right on to the night out. And, you know, listen, before we get there, I want to say Alicia's what the episode is emotionally manipulating us. Okay. Laura and Zarina keep doing this thing where they're confused about why they're fighting. That they thought that they were going to be fast friends the entire season. You two clearly hate each other. I mean, Serena maybe hates her deep down. Laura hates her just openly. How did you two think that you were going to work well together?
I am fascinated. Was this episode or is it the one we get to watch? The stories, the different versions of how Zarina.
Oh, yeah.
Is that coming up?
I can't remember where this. I think it's when she talks to Jason.
Okay.
And yeah, Laura says that Alicia was in tears and now she's happy and she's tired of all the fakeness. And then says, you know, Serena got fired from the last boat.
The same kind of behavior. Yeah, the owners fired her, I believe.
Yeah.
And then, according to Zarina, she quit.
Classic. I'm not fired. You're fired.
Right. Who is telling the truth?
I think it might be Laura. All right. So we get to the night out. Marina and Nick the nerd. These two are Jesse and Lexi, huh? Moving pretty quick. Now, Alicia and Bree chat about showing up late. Like I said, the Sea Rats are absolutely blown away by this. Sorry, bad hosting. We're winding down. You can tell. I love a stray beach cat. That was beautiful to see. Do you have a strawberry coconut shakamaka? And they do. And they also have chicken bites. You can tell that a restaurant is really top notch when they have a menu item. It says chicken bites. Carbone, Musso and Frank's, the best of the best have a good bread service, a good stiff martini, and chicken bites, okay? Rest assured you're going to get taken care of. Now, Elisa falls asleep with her eyes open, and the boys go do a bathroom chat. Now, the bosun here needs a little gassing up, and his boys are there to give it to him. Cut some shapes, and just have fun with the lads and with the ladies. I like Nick. Nick is a little Lord Farquaad, and I think he's great.
I am enjoying him on this show.
Yeah.
But really, this bathroom chat is to determine who Nate plans on having sex with.
Yeah, and we know that. Now, let me ask you. I don't know if you wrote about this in Cracking the Code: How to Close More Ass for Less Money, but what do you think about the hierarchical vulnerability Nate is displaying here? He is the head man in charge, and he is asking his underlings advice for pursuing a woman.
Nah, I think it humanizes him.
Do you think it humanizes
even more
him?
Dangerous as a predator.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
You don't want to look like you're that guy. You want to look like you're the guy that gets along with everybody. That makes you more appealing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did you just pull that out of your ass?
Big time.
Okay. So Bree and Lara head to the bathroom, and Bree drops a dime. Big red. Shame. For shame.
Zarina has admitted to her that she lied about that thing. Thanks, you, Bree.
And it is odd that they say "I love you" and they go and they drop a dime. These sea rats. I mean, their moral compass is completely tattered.
I'm going to tease this. For APS, there is a couple that has a kid the same age as Elliot's. As Elliot, and we were out at a group thing where everyone was eating dinner, having pizza, and this particular couple, the wife told me that my next door neighbor, who we socialize with, was questioning how much money I make, and do I really make money in the podcast world? Basically, and her husband was like, elbowing her, why are you telling this guy that? Telling me that, right?
Oh, okay.
So I'll get into it on APS.
Okay, great. Let's talk about it. We wrap with some more confusion over their relationship and some pretty serious tears. Serena's really letting them flow, and Lara looks at her and says, "Don't buy it." Brutal close to the episode. Lastly, before we go, guys, the reviews have been coming in. They are so wonderful. Keep them coming. Let's crack through 2,000. We really, really appreciate the support. This is from Sarah Monet. Hashtag eat sea bugs, 5 stars. I'm used to listening to the girls and the gays talk about my trash TV, so this is a nice change of pace. LOL. That's what we're here to do. We are not all the way straight, but we're mostly straight. And unfortunately, we are filthy cis whites, but we're here to talk about reality television. And if you enjoy it, tell a friend, tell a family member, text them an episode that you think is funny. Join us at patreon.com/anotherpodcastnetwork, where you can donate a little or a little more. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dudes.